What is up, everyone? It's time for us to get to the Elven Tower, as our objective says right there. Oh, look, I now have a little post in case I want to fast travel. And it's time to see why Avalok is, well, being a dick. And I'm sure Siri's sort of passed out right now, huh? Put your sword away, dude. There's no need for it right now.
Geralt. So unfortunate. I'd hoped you wouldn't have to witness this.
What is this exactly?
Nearby. Listen.
Shut up.
Wait, no.
I've heard enough of your bullshit. Draw your weapon.
I'd be fine with talking this over. Or not. You know, I would have been, again, I would have been... Oh, wow.
Think I'm gonna fall for that? No chance. You're wrong. Trusted you once. Won't make that mistake again.
I am not your foe. I am merely helping Cirilla.
I don't believe you. Can't. Not after all that's happened.
Will you believe me? Avalok speaks the truth. I asked him to help me open the tower, because I aim to enter it.
Why?
Didn't think it worthwhile to tell me? Warn me of your plans?
I'm sorry, I know I should have. But I feared you'd not understand.
Feels like I'm talking to Yennefer. Leave with me, please.
I will go. Once I emerge from the tower. If I emerge.
Why the hell would you do this? The Wild Hunt's been defeated.
The White Frost has not.
What do you mean?
The prophecies are true. I have seen worlds bound in ice. I know what awaits you. Only the Elder Blood can stop the White Frost. Only I can stop it.
I can help, because Geralt.
You don't have to make this sacrifice.
You're wrong. The White Frost is inevitable. It will come to freeze the worlds one after the other, eradicating all life. Only I can stop the destruction. I've given it much thought and made my decision.
Can...
There's gotta be another way.
What can you know about saving the world, silly? You're but a witcher.
Hey, I save people.
This is my story, not yours. You must let me finish telling it.
Ooh. That's an interesting way of putting it, because...
Good luck, Ciri.
Perhaps I should have told you. I see now you might have understood.
Know you better than you think. Don't keep me waiting.
Yeah, I don't think saying I forbid you would have worked out. Do I get to play as Ciri now? See, maybe you shouldn't have gone in alone. That's a thought. Because, you know, Geralt could have helped. Not that I don't have faith in you, darling. It's just... Okay, so what causes the White Frost anyways? Snowball fight and the hugs. Oops. So it's going back to all my decisions I made with her. We had a snowball fight, we trashed a lab. We buried a good friend. And she clocked a guy. We had good times, Siri. Now you better make sure you get back so they can keep on happening. I just noticed there was a cutout. I'm so sorry. It just was the flash of snow. There was nothing uber important missing. Promise. What's with the broken stained glass?
The gentleman will follow.
But of course,
To call a pyre.
something ends,
salvation
something
from
begins.
sea.
Captain! Report. 4th Kite Squadron. The Funsberg Division as a whole. Deserters.
Does General Voorhis know?
He's at a briefing. They're not letting anyone in.
Nonsense. Get in there and report to him at once.
Well, I wonder what the, something ends, something begins. I wonder what the Emperor's gonna have to say about me kind of losing his daughter. To the,
will be here shortly.
Seem to me as they
It is weird to think about how much Sirius had impact on the series, and yet she wasn't introduced until the 3rd game. Perhaps in books. But I guess, you know, when the main character has amnesia, you can get away with filling in the blanks in any way you see fit.
Speak. Siri is dead. How did it happen? The White Cold. You're familiar with the prophecy? Siri tried to stop it. She did, but paid the ultimate price. Where is the body? I doubt it'll ever be found.
Jesus.
Who else knows? Avalach, Elven Sage. But I doubt you'll find him either. And Yennefer? She's decided to stay in the north. Provided you don't object. I don't. And you? Plenty of work for witchers after a war. I'll travel east, maybe north.
Did Cirilla say... Did she ask you to convey anything?
She regretted not getting a chance to say goodbye.
Did she tell you this? Really?
Didn't have to. She wanted to make peace. I know that. If there's nothing else...
There is, but you may go. Witcher, I do not wish to see you ever again.
That's fine by me. Well then, well, that's a kick in the gut. Nice little camp going.
Need a hand with your wagon?
No.
Okay.
It's not exactly ours. More a captured vehicle. Booty, you might say.
Folk must have abandoned it in their rush. To where, I don't know. Be a shame for the Reds to claim it, loot it.
Change is coming.
grown accustomed, we have.
With the Black Ones gone, witch hunters will move in. Yet life will roll on. We've to seize the day.
True that. So, let's get to work before night creeps up on us.
Sure you don't need any help?
I believe we will manage.
Where you
Okay,
headed?
then.
Nearest inn, by the looks of it.
Yeah. Supposed to meet someone first, at the former campsite of the Nilfgaardians. You take care now.
Okay. Something ends, something begins.
Giddy up.
As I was trying to say before, that was a kick in the gut. I knew there were multiple endings to The Witcher. I mean, what... and I don't say, oh, what game doesn't have multiple endings nowadays? Because, you know, anyone could say, oh, this game and this game and this game. I think maybe the new Doom might not have had multiple endings. And my point is, it's very common in open world games to have at least one more ending, or perhaps an alternative, even if it's secret. But I did goodbye, Siri. I never thought it would cost her that. The life that is. So who is it that I'm going to meet? That's the question. Perhaps Yennefer. She did say she wanted to go to places. Ah. Oh, I remember this fort, yeah.
Move it!
It's been a while since I started this game. It's pretty. Nice sunset.
Master Ort.
Probably got held back.
It's about to say I forget who Master Ort is.
You're late.
Soldiers.
Blocking the roads, I know. No matter. You have it?
As agreed. 38.5-inch blade. Weight just under 40 ounces. Silver-plated siderite steel core. Glyphs and runes both the length of the blade and on the hilt.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Been in this trade for 3 decades. Only the best swordsman of the coin for my wares. When I say no Witcher has, or ever had, a better weapon, you ought to trust me.
Reputation precedes you, Master Ort. I'd never doubt you.
The inscription, as you asked.
Zirael. Swallow.
Classic Elder Speech runes, no styling, simple and precise.
May I?
It is yours. If you'd like to test it, had my lackeys put out a training dummy.
Mm-hmm. Your payment. Gems only, as requested.
Where are gems?
If you've an
Antiques,
eye
there.
out for work, heard of Striggers prowling the Maribor Forest.
Thanks. Need to visit the tavern first, but after, who knows?
Good luck on the path, Witcher.
Thank you. I mean, while the flesh that kills might have been nice. Wait. Okay, hold on. Quest. Go to the end. Okay. Is it bad if I feel lazy? Is it? Actually, say I didn't even have that special, mod that let me fast travel. There's still the signpost at the bottom of this place, so if I was so inclined, I could still have done it. Just would have taken a second longer. Oh, I'm over. Well, of course I'm over encumbered on. Let me just drop. Oh, there, here we go. How do... don't think I ever got to sell this stuff either. Okay, there. Someone will find a nice little bag of junk.
Witches, false healers, charm merchants, and filthy non-humans are hereby deemed outlaws. All who provide shelter to or otherwise offend
All murdered? No. I mean, I could. Wow, you are sloshed. Oh no. I didn't stab.
Is it done?
Yes.
I was always
Did he
wondering.
believe you?
I have no idea.
I was wondering when she was gonna get the silver sword.
For the cockatrice. And we've a new contract. It won't pay much, but I think it worth the toil.
You've been busy.
And since you were planning on doing Witcher's work, you need a proper Witcher's sword now, don't you?
It's yours.
A witch's sword. Swallow. Ooh.
Yeah, it
Beautiful.
glows.
May I?
Not here. You'll have ample opportunity soon enough, Witcher.
Let's try it out then.
Yes, let's. Oh my god. Oh, okay. That was awesome.
David had many faults. He was cruel, impetuous, and pathologically ambitious. But he was a tactical genius. That's undeniable. Commanding forces far outnumbered by his foes, he handily defeated the invader from the south. The Redanian eagle spread its wings, taking all the north, including Novigrad and Muffin. With victory in the war against Nilfgaard secured, Radovid proceeded to complete his witching. As they had in Novigrad, pyres burned in Temeria and Edirn, lands now liberated by the Redanian monarch. In the drive for moral renewal, simple herbalists, pellers, healers, and non-humans, all supposed heretics, were murdered.
Oh, the peller.
For many, freedom beneath Radovid's scepter proved more tragic than servitude to another. As long as his armies went from one victory to the next, Emir's subjects remained boundlessly obedient. When a string of humiliating defeats proved Var Emreis fallible, the opposition, as far secret, attacked. The subjects of the Emperor who had danced on the graves of his foes laid him to rest in a tomb of his own. While the continent bled engulfed by war, Skellige bloomed under Ceres's enlightened rule.
Good job.
Unlike those who had come before her, the young queen did not raid foreign shores, looking instead to her people, tending to her land. The island-bound nation prospered, though its fangs of yore were dulled. Cirilla, Fiona, Ellen, Rhiannon, heir to Nilfgaard's throne, chose the life of a witcher on the path. Geralt taught her all he knew, every skill he possessed, then each set off on their own. Soon word of the ashen-haired witcheress had spread throughout the north, from the Yaruga to the mountains of Kovir. While monarchs moved borders and populations, Geralt and Yennefer lived a calm, quiet life, far from all things political. They breakfasted well after noon, more often than not in bed, and passed the days on lazy strolls and long conversations.
Oh my
Boring,
god.
you say? Perhaps. But both had sought this more than anything else.
Thank you for the nice sum up. I was just gonna say. Plus, it was a prose, really? Interesting. Fair enough. Thought it was a novella, but nonetheless. that was awesome. This has been an amazing experience. I've loved the Witcher series ever since I played the second game. And I know that's only second and third, but the second game was amazing. And this one, though it did have its flaws sometimes, it was a much more ambitious game. It was completely open world, so of course they had to include the skill trees, and so some of the things that I didn't like, I'm just gonna turn that down a little bit. There we go. So of course they were going to include more RPG elements, and I completely understand that. But wow! I've had so much fun playing it, through the hard times to the more fun times. I'm not sure how I feel about that. In fact, I really dislike it. But it's been an absolute blast. I mean that. The characters were amazing. The sacrifices, the fighting, the combat was awesome, and I love the gore, and I love the graphics, and the story was just awesome. And I have to say again, I knew there were multiple endings, and I'm so glad I got the ending that I did. I know there were 3 endings, and since I've now gotten the ending, I might as well say them. There is the best ending, in my opinion, and of course there are deviations, but with Ciri, there is the good ending. Ciri is alive, and clearly I got that, and she now finally has a silver sword, too, which I think is, well, awesome, because she's never had one throughout the game. And I guess I figured that, oh, the Witcher has to make one for herself. And I never thought, why didn't you just take the time to do it? But, of course, it had to be very special. And then there's the neutral ending. And that would have been, she becomes the new Empress. And it's very obvious that she would have never been happy as that. That is not for her. That is not the lifestyle she would have chosen. And even though, you know, the sorceresses of the Lodge, or once was the Lodge, obviously, most likely wanted that, that clearly wouldn't have been a life for her. And with this, she's become a Witcheress. She can, you know, travel the path, enjoy life, have fun, and live. Be herself. And, you know, Geralt can be, well, finally at peace and have a nice, quiet life with Yennefer. Granted, I still prefer Triss a little bit more, but nonetheless, I'm glad that everyone's happy. And then, of course, there's the bad ending, which is Ciri is more or less dead. It's not completely confirmed, but I wouldn't have been giving her a silver sword. And that one, I clearly didn't want. I didn't really want the Empress one either. I was hoping for the good ending, and I clearly got that. I just feel kind of bad for the non-humans and whatnot, because that sucks. But it's been an amazing game, and just a great experience. I didn't expect it to be over just yet, but hey, I guess that's what happened. And I thank each and every one of you for watching. I always feel sort of emotional when I get to the end of a game, especially when it's a longer game. And especially how this one was, because it ended where it started. That's even where it said it summed up. That, you know, you began in Temeria, and you were returning to it. And I just... I love when it comes full circle, and you don't always get that. You don't always get things to come full circle. But so much has happened in this game. And it continued with the war, because I remember that the last scene in the second game, it was after credits, so it sort of led into this. And I'm just really glad I got to play this game. And I'm glad y'all have been here to watch it. Now, I do know there is the DLC Blood and Wine, which adds an extra 30 hours of content, Jesus, to the game. And I think I will be playing it in the future. It's Geralt's last quest. Not saying it'll be the last Witcher game, but it'll be the last one to feature Geralt as the main character, as far as I know. But, let me I just want to see if there's any after credit scene or something like that. I remember the second game, I waited through all the credits, and then eventually skipped it, and then it went straight to the scene anyway, so I just want to see if there's an after credit scene. But, man, that was awesome. And I love how I didn't have to kill Avalok. Okay. The story of Geralt of Rivia has come to a the story of Geralt of Rivia has come to a close. You can continue traveling the world in search of Witcher contracts and adventure, but everything will be as it was before the game's last chapter, and quests tied to the main storyline will no longer be available. Wait, am I in Kier Morin? Okay. Well then. Okay. So I guess there's no extra scene that I can... You have unlocked the ability to start a new game plus. To do so would create a new game save, start a new game, choose the new game plus option, and select the save you created to import your character. Only saves created after unlocking the new game plus can be used for this purpose. Wait, what? You've unlocked the ability to start... Oh, I guess I'd start the game over, but with all my pimped out gear. That'd be interesting. Jesus, I'd be OP. You know, go around with level 5 enemies, 47. Incidentally, that's like Agent 47 of Hitman going around and killing people with no issue whatsoever. But I won't get into that. I did like the Hitman series, so that was kind of fun. But, again, I do want to play Blood and Wine at some point, play his last adventure, and this has been a lot of fun. This has been so much fun, and thank y'all for being here along the journey, and I guess this is it. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like, comment, or subscribe. It'd be nice, it'd help, and enjoy. Just go out and play a series you like, do something you like, do something fulfilling, because this was very fulfilling for me. And until next time, I've been Sir Muffin Moms the First, and I'll be seeing you.